success. Would it be a critical success? Yes. Would it be a commercial success? No. And for pop stars, you need
You need the
to be able
commercial.
to
You
balance
need the
it,
And
balance
and
too.
it's
but
failing to
then again,
balance
but
it.
then again,
Yeah, what's up, man? How you guys doing?
We
Can you
did,
hear
we
me?
did, we did. How you feeling,
Yeah, I don't.
Rema's rollout so far, man?
I did say part of it on Twitter, and Fireboy fans they didn't like it. I mean, a lot of insults, but I mean that's just by the way. They felt, yeah. So I think with Ravage, right? When he dropped Ravage, I thought that was the point. That was the time where he has earned the right to do whatever I wanted to do. It was a victory lap for him. I mean, he's had the biggest African song in the world, and he's had a fantastic 2023. Did the O2. I think was that this? Yeah, did the O2, and yeah, so you could just wrap it up with Ravage GP and that enjoy the I am in moment, I'm that guy moment, and yeah, it worked. It was a fantastic EP. Although the songs were just predictably not going to work, they were too fast paced, they were too hyper, they were difficult to sing along to, and it's just like steps away to an extent from what the average Afrobeat consumer is used to. So the
Yeah.
songs didn't stick. They were objectively good, objectively an emphatic EP that's going to be appreciated by people who are like deliberate or conscious consumers of music. But for the average listener, it wouldn't stick, and that's why you see it was just hard to get a hit song from it. The closest it came was a Troublemaker because it was the slowest song on the album. I mean, maybe probably next to Portion, and it's also the opening track.
how about
So yeah,
DND?
so yeah, D&D had a moment, but it just didn't become that song. It didn't become like a soundgasm or something.
Yeah.
It was just had that 2 month run, and I mean, look at all the. Its EP dropped, was it November or
October 31st.
yeah, October
It
thirty
dropped
first.
Halloween.
Look at this the stuffs that have dropped like the last quarter. They still had like fine run into the first quarter of this year from Shea, although Shea dropped in December. I mean, a couple of those big
Charlie
names.
Poppy.
Yeah, Charlie Poppy, even Odumodu's album is still having a very, very good run, and it dropped in August, I think. I told them stuff like that. The album didn't stick, the EP didn't stick, and that's predictable because of the type of music that is in it.
Yeah.
And when it's doubling down now and making the same sound, this is what I'm going to say, right? I think he's doing this because this is what he thinks this is what informs a big album. He thinks this is what it takes to make it emphatically clear that he is who he says he is and he's part of that top four. And I think it's okay. Like it just needs that there needs to be place for balance. Like right now, like I think it's maybe he's going out of his way to show that okay, I am him, I'm that guy, and I want all of you to know. Like there's place for range, there's place for confidence, and there's place for just doing music that works for a pop star.
That
For
works
what
for the
is what,
market. Yeah.
you are still a pop star, and pop stars need it. Except you are tired of being a pop star and you're tired of being successful. You're
Yeah.
not going to get lonely at the top from this type of music. I'm sorry, you're not. You're not going to get lonely at the top when you're born from metal, making psychedelia music, making hyper pop. It's just I listen to. As Taj said, it feels like a skit. For me, it feels like an interlude. Like that's something that should be an album interlude. That
Yeah.
just say, okay,
Yeah.
yeah, this nigga is crazy. Like not something
Yeah,
that you
I
want to
swear.
make a
Yeah.
whole brand and a whole this thing out of. Like the closest is going to come to getting a hit if this is the type of music he's going to make on the album that I've heard so far is Matcham. And that the way think that's even going to happen if he just like really connects the song to the street in terms of people like DJ YK being in the front of the music, getting in front of the music and pushing it, and there's all this street crazy dance and it's being amplified on social media, and his brand is even too posh for that, right? So I just it's will the album be good? Yes. Will the music be objectively good? Yes. But it's not just going to be different from how, say, your author music is objectively
Yeah.
good and it's
His niche in
appealing to
itself.
to the conscious consumer, but for the average listener, they just cannot connect with. And I just cannot balance it with the pop star personality,
Right.
especially when you're off the back of Calm Down and you're also trying to get that number four spot, as which interestingly it actually belongs to Ashake. For being honest, because Ashake has dropped two great albums. It's like the biggest from your generation. So is that spot actually do belong to him. And if you want to now like get to that position, you have to maybe what drop a very good album that tops your your debut album
Right.
and something that can
Right.
be like universally acknowledged,
I
so
have
to
a
say,
question.
that this is good, like say a boy alone, right? So for me, I don't think I think there's no further course of action to be concluded than what we've seen. We're just going to see larger pieces of it on the album. Can't stop being, I am in, it's me. Just boastful, flamboyant, colorful, yeah, dark, gothic, very, very hyper. And I just don't. If this is what's going to do, I do not think it's going to be a commercial success. Would it be a critical success? Yes. Would it be a commercial success? No. And for pop stars, you need
the
to be able
commercial.
to
You
balance
need to
it,
balance
and
too.
it's failing to balance
but
it.
then again,
That's what's
I have
up.
a
Okay.
question, right? And this was kind of the conversation I wanted to have on this piece today. I just hope I can really stay and have the conversation, right? Because he hangs. Trust is it might be a weird reference, but I think at this point he's almost like in a larger scale, a Melvito, Gabzi, or Dio, them. I think he also sees his success in the general, in a world view, right? He's not tailored to view his success through Nigeria alone, right? So now, if they're looking at the numbers and looking at the data, Rema is doing well commercially, right? Like for a Nigerian act, he is still a commercial success. So it's weird that what exactly are we then using to define his commercialism, like, or what is successful for a commercial pop star like him? He's a pop star that he's not a Nigerian pop star. He's almost like a world global pop star. He's almost like there's now a pathway to be a Burna Boy without being a Nigerian pop star or being the greatest artist out of Nigeria. And I think
Yeah, that's
it's
Thames.
it's going like attempts like it's and Rema is in that is he's hanging in that limbo where he's not a Nigerian. He's. I mean, he's a self. We think he's meant to be the next Wizkid, but we're in an industry where can we ever have the next Wizkid? Would there ever be that one guy that dominates the industry anymore? I don't know if it's possible again because like there's just the way we've everything has been broken down, segmented. His view of success is could like Soundgasm did crazy numbers, but I don't know if he held any weight in Nigeria. What if that's his view
No,
of
I
success?
think it did.
It
I
did.
think
It
it did.
did. It did.
It held in
It was
Nigeria
really
It
big.
did.
Yeah,
locally.
like
Very early
if
on.
not, like Calm Down later had that resurgence. At some point, Sandrism was way significantly bigger than Calm Down
Yes,
in
No,
that,
Nigeria.
no, no, no. Yeah, numbers
In
wise,
Nigeria.
but numbers
Yeah,
wise
in
in
Nigeria.
Nigeria
Yeah, in
was
Nigeria.
okay. So, but okay, but then again, we have records like a D&D, right?
Yeah.
Which still boasts good numbers, but here we are saying that funny enough, me and my guys, we actually did a deep dive on D&D and we're on Rema Read today, which kind of I brought the conversation to Emmanuel, right? I think his last Nigerian success was probably Charm. That was
Yeah.
Yeah,
his last.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's his last
yeah.
Nigerian success,
Yeah.
and every record after that has. It's not like it's not popular. It's not like not everybody sings it, or it's not like we don't know it. It's just not. I guess doesn't hold us, doesn't retain us. But then again,
Yeah,
the
it's
numbers
not
are good.
sticky.
The numbers are good.
It's
This
not.
nigga is still
no,
going to
but
festivals.
I feel if we're mentioning like songs like D&D or even Troublemaker Seth, like I think they had their run, but in a minimal way. So like I think in the season of, let's say, Dirty December, it had its run. Like I heard like those songs quite often, but when we're speaking about the landscape of Rema in comparison to, like, let's say, Calm Down or even Soundgasm, I don't think it had that
Yeah,
kind.
no, but that's not even what I'm speaking to per se. Right? I'm just speaking to the fact that his view of success is skewed. He's very
Yeah,
skewed. He's very skewed. So
It's
so
good.
like so
I actually
Yeah.
agree with you.
Yeah.
yeah,
I
it's
think
very
yeah.
skewed, right? It's very skewed. And for somebody who is meant to be the next face of Afrobeat, his success has kind of I don't know if it's a blessing and a curse because it's like, where do you go? Right? Obviously, regardless, personally, I think he's feeling himself, which is why I said there's a little bit of arrogance here. He
Yeah.
feels he's at the highest point right now. Deep in his heart, he believes he's making the best music. And critically, you will say he's making the best music right now. But then
Yeah, it's
again,
making one of the best music
he's
right
making,
now.
but then again, the audience doesn't seem to want to relate to that. But then again,
The
can he see
And
Nigerian
that?
it
Can he?
doesn't.
audience.
It
But
doesn't.
can he see
Yeah, I
that the
mean,
audience doesn't want that, or he's just seeing the numbers? He's
So
seeing
I
the
don't think
festivals.
it's
He's
no,
seeing the
but are you
bookings.
confusing?
it's
Sorry, are
kind.
you confusing like the music or his like aesthetic?
No, I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day, right? The music he's making right now, right? He feels wholeheartedly that this will be a successful album for him.
I mean,
When
Touch.
that's should be
because
Typical
the
how
approach.
because his view of success is not purely Nigeria anymore.
Right. No,
But the
exactly.
thing is,
I don't think it's peculiar to him though. I don't think he's the only
Yeah,
Yeah,
one
no,
it's
no,
not the
which,
only
which is
one.
what I said that it's happening
who
across the
restricts
music
his view
space.
of success to Nigeria, right? Like I think I do agree with you that he has like it's a blessing for him that he has this bold approach to say, okay, I can make whatever I want to make. I'm a global pop star. I mean, I have listeners in India and whatnot. But like in the whole framework of advancing his career, like he was able to move from point A to point B. I mean, he had Lady move him to this point, Ginger move him to that point, Soundgarden him to the next point, like this thing that calm
even
down to the next point.
Miles.
You need that upward mobility. You need that trajectory, and
Yeah.
I just don't see this song being that like. I mean, there's the old precedent of Afrobeats and World Records that have shown that okay, this is the kind of stuff that might work. Songs that are like easy to listen to sing along to,
The
songs that
guitar
carry some
loops
bit of melody,
songs.
stuff
Yeah,
like
the
that. Like
guitar loops. Yeah,
yeah,
that
yeah,
was what
all like that.
Blue
Like from
said.
Essence to Love Wanting to Peru to
Mm-hmm.
even his own Calm Down, right? So it's
Yeah,
just
even
not
Charm.
this.
Charm
What
was
is he
not
doing now?
the
Yeah.
heart thumping racing stuff, and that was his
Yeah,
last
yeah,
success.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So yeah,
but like I said, his view, that issue of just the way our industry is right now is weird. Like it's where we're in a space where like you are really you can really eat like you can really eat out of that country. Like that country, he has given us Beanie Boys, and that's fine. He's now going to do what he needs to do, right?
yeah. That's
To
it. I think it's that. It's, I don't say it's an arrogance, but I think it's just doesn't really care that he
care.
might not like the song, and there's consistency. Like there's a consistency to Afrobeat success. Like there's a reason why Kiss Daniel always makes it to the top three every time he drops some music, and your average guy that drops the Afro swing and the songs that pander to the West doesn't get that kind of like homegrown success. There's a
Yeah,
reason Ogechi is number one because it carries that stuff
it
people
carries
can
that
relate
essence.
to. It's always like there's enough precedent, there's enough reason to draw the parallel.
Yeah.
Even though it like kind of breaks my heart that I'm not seeing Ira in the top 10 because this is
Mm-hmm.
an album that like for what it is what people believe that have been paid a lot of money to actually promote it.
Mm,
Yeah, so and it's not like you can tell like just even the fact that she went out of her way to balance it, the slight
Rema,
bit of
yeah,
like that yankiness in the
Yeah.
album.
Yeah.
I don't want to say that's what count against it, but it's not like when Shea Vibes drop, you're going to know, okay, this is going to get into this top 10 because there's something they are really, really used to. I
Mm-hmm.
think Rema knows that. I think when he drops this and he plays it and P Prime, like they got together and make this record and he listened to it, he knows, okay, this is not what the average Nigerian would listen to.
no,
But I
but
think a
then
part of
again,
him also know that, like, okay, this is
but
me
yeah, yo,
pushing
the
the
Marcham
solid
record,
boundary.
Okay.
No,
some of these
that's a smash.
records are within the
That's a smash.
soundscape of a Charlie Poppy and a Shiva, isn't it?
That's a smash. That one is kind of domesticated. Number one, the sequencing of the chorus. Now, like Afrobeat chorus is always like five pattern, very easy. You have to be like just two
Mm-hmm.
two lines is okay. Don't go more than two lines from last to whatever, like to calm down, like two lines, three lines is
Punch.
good. And
Yeah.
the way it was the match and match, like it's really, really like you
Yeah.
when you hear it, like there's this stuff that we cannot theorize. Like it's just there's a feeling you get when you have Afrobeat song. Okay, this is going to actually enter. Like you can that I get that part of it. Like that's an experimentation that actually works for me. Like the one with the
So Adeo, based on just sorry to cut you off on what but based on
yeah,
what you're
Me, I
saying
have a question to
and
ask.
Macham as well. I'm so yeah, we're
yeah.
gonna get to you guys. But don't you see the balance there in terms
Yeah,
of
like I was
No,
about to say, the
no,
balance
domesticating
I
is
don't
it
I don't see it. I don't see the balance, right? I don't
with
see the balance.
with
You
a song
cannot.
like Benin Boys and for it tapping into a very commercial wave of a Charlie Poppy right now,
yeah,
right?
exactly what
And
I was saying. I
It's
think his commercial
it's
view is the Charlie Poppy Odumodu route. So he's still
yeah,
creating chest thumping records, but they are
It's
still
not. It's not. Odumodu will not. It's Rema would have to carry that song. Odumodu is my friend, but Odumodu is my guy. Odumodu is not going to give you a hit song right now. I'm sorry. Odumodu has dropped like 45 guest verses in the last 18 months. The guy is tired. He just dropped a
Tolu
very,
Ofumi
very.
Dona.
He
right,
just
right.
dropped. He just dropped a very, quite to be honest, a bad verse for Board recently, and they need to stop featuring him for what is what, right? So like, I'm not really moved. Like Rema Odumodu, I'm not moved. Rema Charlie Poppy's song, it's in the moment song. The song in itself doesn't do much for me. The song in itself, I don't think
Oh
the song
no,
is
I
going to
wasn't even
stick.
speaking about the features directly with that. I was talking about the Sonics, right? So
Yeah,
I'm saying
yeah.
that
Yeah,
so
So
I'm
like
speaking
saying,
to the Sonics,
I was
yes.
speaking Sonics
yeah,
like it's
yeah,
Bedu
that's what I'm
heavy.
saying.
It's
Like
still all of these tracks are still Bedu heavy. It's still like party
they're
record.
still,
It's
yeah, like it's
danceable
still
music.
fast paced. It looks like if they put some money behind Beanie Boys, it might work. Like the song itself, like the thing is like it might work, but
Song
the way
is
it's
working.
looking, yeah, it's the way it's
It is.
looking, like the way he's approaching his album, the songs he's teasing, the things that he's doing, it's looking like this is going to be another Ravage. That's what I'm just saying.
Right.
At the end of the day, Ravage had D&D, Ravage had Troublemaker, Ravage
So
had Poison, which are kind of like sounded different, offered something else. But you understand that where his energy is, where his head is, what he's trying to do is hoping that it is a that actually becomes a hit rather than something that is actually
I
saying,
don't.
let me just
I
put this
to be
here
honest, I don't think
for
he's
portable.
putting a lot of eggs on the he.
I don't think
I
so too.
don't think so.
It's just for
I would
example.
want to
Yeah.
believe he's
It's
not,
just an
because that would be
example.
madness.
Yeah,
It's just
because
an example. I'll just use it as an example.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's where he's actually hoping the next. Because I mean, I think I'm not sure, but I think he's trying to be the next. It's already a leader of a sound. Because since 2019-20, I don't think there's anyone that has influenced the soundscape more than Rema. Everyone kind of sounds like
Ashake.
him. But yeah, I mean, I guess it's 2022. Of course, everyone's trying like everybody's trying to shake it out. So it's like that's it's not going to. That's what is next for him, and that's where I think the bulk of the sound is going to come from. Something sounding like, I mean, matchup. You can draw a parallel between them, right?
Yeah.
So it's not. It's like, and if that for me, if that's going to be the bulk of the album, I think it's going to be a critical success. I mean, Victoni's album is a critical success. I think it pushes the boundary of Afrobeat. It interprets Afrobeat in a very, very unique way. But is it something the average listener will enjoy? No. Does it demand so much from the average listener? Yes. When you listen to Pier 46, like you don't like, what is this?
Yeah,
Like
that's
for
a
the average
deep
listener,
cut.
like
Yeah, definitely.
what is this?
It demands
Like
a lot from the average listener.
Yeah.
yeah, Colo,
Both of
for
them
example.
demand a
No,
lot from the
but
average listener.
Pier 46 is a deep cut though. I don't. But there's
Yeah,
definitely
I'm
more
just saying, like,
palatable songs there.
it's what congregates the album. If you
Yeah.
take away Ludo and you take away Stubborn and possibly
History.
you look for maybe a Colo or one of those songs, that's where you just get
Yeah.
something that fits into your template of Afro pop that the average listener, that even the radio can consistently play, right, and give a bit of support. But if you like, aside that, right, you get things that are quite experimental, quite very Victoria and Bellini with a bit of that American high school pop kind of sound. So for me, Rema, right, just to round up so that
Yeah.
we can talk. For me, Rema, right, I think Rema is in this in moment. I think he's really going out of his way. I don't say maybe not necessarily going out of his way, but he's really actually like trying to make a statement with this album, and he wants to make a sound that only me can make. And
Only
he
me
didn't
can make.
ravage. He didn't ravage, and it's clear that okay, you alone can do this stuff, right? I just want him to be able to
Yeah,
balance
I
it.
think you can do that
In
on
a
an
way,
EP.
Burna Boy can balance it. Burna Boy can make a song that
Yeah.
I am the only one. Like if you do this
Yeah.
stuff, it's not going to come off. But at the same time, you, the average listener, gets
Yeah.
to enjoy it, and that's why it's heads and shoulders, and it's the best artist to ever come out of this continent.
Mhm.
But aside that, but for Rema, it's more. It still carries that. Forgive this language, because for lack of a better word, it still carries that I don't say corniness, but that a bit of overconfidence that comes with young age. And I think Calm Down Success might have added to this a bit. And so that's why, and this is the kind of cockiness again I saw with Fireboy's Playboy doing stuff that just like what are you doing? Like this thing, this
No.
thing doesn't work,
Are
and
you
you're
for real?
doubling down on it, right? So that's why
Right.
this album, right? Just to summarize, this album,
Mhm.
if this a match songs like that, hyperpop, like metals like Adelia that are going to be on the album, I don't think it's going to be a commercial success. He's going to
Yeah,
struggle to get
if
a song from it.
if
But
Right.
if
we're going to hail him, and he's going to go down as one of the most experimental album, like like the Rooftop MC's album, like from way back, that is
Yeah.
straight up rocks. Yeah. So shout out to
Yeah.
him, man. Just hear it goes.
Okay. Yeah. No.
This
Okay.
place is recorded though.
Yeah. No. I
yeah,
think
but I think
we're having great conversation that we can definitely come back to analyze what we're thinking the album will feel like versus when we actually get the album. And yes.
Sorry, can I just quickly say that I don't agree
Okay.
with that last point of like comparing Rema and not you're not comparing, but like that whole analogy of Rema being
I don't think that I
um in his music. Like
Okay.
I honestly think that he deserves, or not that he deserves, but I feel like his attitude in his
Sorry,
music.
Pixel, your mic.
I think his attitude in his music is reflective of his success. He's not gone above that. I feel like at every pace that he's like had some form of heightened confidence is in line with the success, which I think is extraordinary. If you think like the best artist out of the last person he just mentioned, which was Burna Boy, like his cockiness started from even before he blew out. Like
Before you.
So
no,
I
but I think
don't
Adele's point is that, see, at the end of the day, after the success of Calm Down, right, he went ahead to be experimental on Ravage on a 6-track EP. it makes sense you do that there.
Yeah.
Like,
But
and
But-
then
think he was
wait, chill,
but-
now, hold on,
before
now.
Raisin
But then,
Roses though.
but you wait, but hold on. But then you're not going to your second album, your sophomore album. Now, if you carry that spirit of of experimental, I can do whatever I want to do into a second album, you're going to lose on the commercial value of things. And then again, we are expecting Rema to be a commercial success. He's
Yes.
our next export. That is the expectation
No,
on him. I know
Taj,
it's not
Taj,
fair.
you're true. No, Taj, what
Yeah,
you and
yeah.
what you and Adele have
Yeah,
said is true. It's needed that he needs to strike a balance. I'm already seeing examples of those balance though. Is my point.
Yeah,
But sorry,
now,
can I
That's
yes,
ask a
that's
question?
where I believe. I think
But then-
I'm
but then
already
again- but then
seeing
again,
I'm already seeing
Emmanuel,
signs of the balance.
your
But-
music ear is here in balance, right? But I don't think the average, because guess what? Ravage had balance.
Ravage did not. Ravage was not supposed to have balance.
No, but Ravage, no, trust me. If you look at Matcham as the balance, then there's no way you not hear D&D and Smooth Criminal as balance.
In terms of the balance to the soundscape, I'm seeing Benin Boys as the main core of it, right?
Yeah, but Beanie Boys is still okay. Maybe like I said, I'll get which one I'm saying that even if you're giving Beanie Boys as balance,
Mm-hmm.
Ravage, you can give Troublemaker as balance, right?
Sure.
Rema, which is why I get very stressed out about Rema conversation, because I don't understand how the average listener does not still get Rema, because it's not like I understand sometimes he pushes it very far. But there's records like Troublemaker. There was records like D&D. There was records like Smoke Criminal. They were not that hard to get.
Yeah, but again,
No.
I think
But then that's me. I found out that the average
I
fan
think
still
that's
sees it
just
as hard.
I don't know, probably because Taj, you're unique. But I honestly think that and I mean this in a very nice way when it comes to your music explorations. I think that Rem, when it came to even Ravage, even prior, even forget Rose and Roses, prior to Rose and Roses or any form of drop that he made, I feel like every drop was experimental for Rema. Like it's something that you've never heard before. So if it was taking it from that and boosting it down to his confidence in now and seeing how he can relate that to his sophomore album.
Mm-hmm.
And how he can project that to the wider audience right now, and
River
whether
Roses
it be
was
a
not
commercial.
experimental. Nah, yeah. That
Huh?
was an experimental album. River Roses was not experimental.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying I said prior to Rose and Roses. I don't think Rose and Roses in its initial form before Deluxe came out was even that successful, if I could remember.
Yeah, no.
I remember it being very tame, like no one was really paying crazy attention to it. But after was it Calm Down? No, it wasn't Calm Down. Charm came. That's when people started looking at the album again.
Okay.
So, but prior to that, I think that he was experimental from the very beginning of it. Even when we're looking at his rock and when he was doing his rave Kinika, that music that we don't really listen to, but he had his audience to do it. He still kept some form of consistency with it, but in different ways.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's just me, Sha.